Welcome back, everybody, to Crusader Kings 2, the Winter King, as voted on by everybody, almost everybody and their mother in the poll that I put up a couple of days ago. This and the other series that was highly voted will go on the back burner. We'll play that one after this one. But this is a mod that I've slept on for quite a long time. So for those of you who haven't heard of the Winter King, it's a late antiquity total conversion mod, and the map is based entirely on Northwest Europe. So it's exclusively Germania, Scandinavia, Britain, and Gaul, what it is right now. It's a great mod. It looks really, really cool. I've only played it for a very little bit just to sort of get familiarized with some of the systems. But I've got I think, a long overdue series for the channel, all things considered. Those of you who've been around for a while, you know that, don't look at the cursed box, by the way. If you look at it for too long, it'll start staring back. You know that we've done the Celtic unification series. We've done loads of sort of cultural unifying series. But with the Celtic one, of course, we tried to unify all of Celtic cultures. I think we did it pretty well. This time around, I'm going to be going for Germania instead, or the Germanic culture specifically, and I have a great idea for a great starting point. Now, one thing that really interests me about this, and you can sort of see the start dates here, it's also loosely based on a series of books, has sort of King Arthur and things like that associated with it. It's apparently not relevant, and from what I've played a little bit here, it's just mostly based on history. So we're going to be going for the earliest date here. So as you can see, that one is work in progress, kind of a beta, but it does seem to be finished and working quite well. So the map looks really impressive, I should point out and start off with here. Like I said, it's got all of these areas just sort of down in Italy as well and things like that, but just generally so that the geography makes sense. But for the most part, it is just Northwest Europe. We're going to be focusing predominantly on England, Scandinavia, Germania this time around, so that we can go for that unification. We are going to be starting off in what I thought was an incredibly good idea, over down in this sneaky little area in what is, I mean, roughly, like modern-day Schleswig-Holstein, I think it's slightly more north of that, is the glorious kingdom, perhaps the best kingdom that's ever lived, of Anglaland. So Anglaland being the original homeland of the Angles there, as you can see with our man Whitleg Skilding. Garbage name. We're obviously going to be replacing that with something much better and much more superior. Anglo-Saxon paganism there as well, so that will have some bearing on things. But it's a time of Germanic migration, like I said, late antiquity. We've got the Gallic Empire under, I think, Prudentius. I have no idea who that man is. We'll get into game and then we'll take a look around a bit better. But it's a time of Germanic migration, so it's going to be up to us to leave Anglaland and go over to, brace yourself for this one, England. Oh no, it's mind blown. Maybe we'll give it a better name this time around, because it's not very original, is it? Anyway, Whitleg Skilding, garbage name for a garbage man. Oh god, they're using the old face packs. Wow. This mod, by the way, also does come with portrait packs. I suppose just I don't know, give each culture unique portrait set. Maybe it just picks bits and bobs from each one. Anyway, also comes with some music. I haven't got the music pack enabled because I wasn't sure if it was all, royalty-free kevinmacleod.com stuff, so I didn't want to risk getting copyright strikes. So there will be the occasional base game CK2 Chinese music kicking in the background. Just ignore that, okay? It's traditional Germanic music, if anybody asks. So we're going to make the mightiest king of all. We're going to start with his name. It's your boy. I've already got one in mind here. I've got to think of how the hell I'm supposed to spell it, though. We're going to play as Chinston. Oh, God, that's not a good start, is it? Shit. Shut it down. Chinston Wurchill. Chinston Wurchill. There he is. And I feel like with a name like Chinston, you know what we got to do. Get rid of this fucking beard. Right, here we go. We need the mightiest chin you've got for me, CK2. Have they removed the fat chin? Oh, of course they removed the fat chin. You have to have the fat trait, don't you? Which of these is the mightiest chin? Chin 3 is pretty mighty. That's almost Crimson Chin levels of chin. That one's pretty good as well. 7's very chiseled, but it's not quite as mighty as Chin 3, I'd say. There we are. Chinston, a mighty man. Can we make his mouth, like, incredibly small to make his... This is completely irrelevant. I'm so sorry for those of you interested in all the historical accuracies and whatnot, watching me design a man's chin. Let's ignore it. Coat of arms, though. This actually is important. We can have a sand blue bow. Oh, man, look at these. The slightly cut off fish. That's great. Okay, I'm already in with 100 and let's make them... oh, wow. Oh, wow, there we go. The slightly cut off purple fish of Chinston Wurchill. Thank you for voting for a mod that has some historical accuracy in it here. So I imagine, given that it is the time of Germanic migration, there's going to be a lot of war and a lot of raiding, a lot of civil unrest. It wasn't a very lawful time, I will admit. I am tending towards, I think, Brilliant Commander for this playthrough. Also playing with my... Honestly, we're not playing with a lot of other mini-mods here, none that really affect gameplay too much, because I kind of want to maintain the base mod. We are playing with my education changes and my additional traits mods. Other than that, it's very much just whatever the mod itself has to offer here. Installing my traits mod might have been a kind of a mistake, because I did notice when I was designing a character earlier, just test it out, that they've actually doubled up on some of these traits as well, so they've sort of beat me to it a little bit here. But we will build ourselves a man mighty and capable of fighting them on the beaches, capable of not surrendering. I don't know if that's really something to brag about. Okay, what am I going to do with you then, Chinston Wurchill? I think... Can we not... man, we need a randomized trait button, don't we? I'm not going to make him super, super OP. I'm going to give him, like... what do you think? We're going to give him tough? What the fuck is tough? When the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Thanks, Joe Kennedy there. Historical man Joe Kennedy. We're going to just go for this one. This one's definitely going. This character is an avowed enemy of the Roman folk in the desert they called peace. Boom. I'm absolutely in. We're going to knock off, we'll knock off, like... 10 age as well, so we can try out some of these new traits, because I don't want to miss out on some of these. So I think we probably want to go for, oh, veteran proven warrior. Maybe we can just attain that through gameplay then. I don't want to start too old, though, because we've got a big, big task ahead of us if we're going to be doing the whole Germanic migration thing, especially when we're doing it basically like we're doing it like 100 years early. So we've got this to contend with, and then we've also got some very Roman-sounding thing going on, probably where we're going to end up landing. What I'm saying is I'm kind of concerned we might just get our ass handed to us here, so we'll wait and see how it goes. Organizer could be a good idea. I'm thinking probably Lightfoot Leader in the year 410 would come in quite handy here. Brave, you'd have to be pretty brave to do what we're doing. Oh my god, we're already 30. Maybe we'll just go for that. I do want him to have an inheritable trait, though. Otherwise, we're going to have some real issues here going forward. Let's go for strong. Look at the muscles on you. Let's go for that one then. And then we also probably want to drop some age a little bit here because he's 44. We think like uncouth. I imagine we could take multiple wives, so the minus to his attraction probably wouldn't matter too much. Stiff giver fertility bonus? No? No, didn't think so. Okay, that's fine by me. You know what? We're age 40. A little bit old. We're uncouth. We're a mighty warrior with a mighty chin. Chinston Wurchill. I'm fine with that. Chinston of Anglaland. It's just that everything's a complete knockoff. Oh god, what the hell is the Plague of Justinian? That must be your regular old plague, but they've given it a fancy name. I should probably look through the rules, but I think it's probably fine. Yeah, you know, we'll just assume it's fine. I'm just going to load up the regular rule set. Let's dive in. I'm really interested to show you what this mod has in store, because it's very, very well designed. It has a lot of cool features that, honestly, I'm thinking, hey, why have we not got these in the base game? Tribal, there's two different types of tribal government. There's regular tribal, high tribal. We'll cover those in a second. We'll cover what we are to start off with before we get sort of stuck into that too much. All right, so, Chinston of Anglaland, we are Anglo-Saxon pagan. So, we are a worshipper of the wise warrior god Woden, and the rulers of the branches of the world tree, Yggdrasil. The other two guys might sound very familiar, because of course all the religions at this stage, very, very similar to Norse paganism, very, very similar to the other Germanic paganisms going on here. Thunor, friend to mankind, Ingve, god of fertility. You got Woden, Thunor, Tyr, Urka, Freyo, blah, 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 whatever. It's just a very sort of generic paganism. Can we raid? That's the real question here, because that's going to be the make or break. Yeah, of course we can raid. I just thought I'd double check, but yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So what is this? Norse opinion +5 again, so we're all very similar. Frankish opinion, Slavic, Gothic, all being the various Germanic pantheons there. We are allowed to reign of town, able to salute 2 concubines. Okay, what a weird amount. 2 concubines. Vassals don't want to know if their levies are raised. That's good to know. Lose prestige if we're at peace with them. Right, so you got your standard sort of Norse tribal base game CK2 ruling there. Women may hold spy master positions, can perform coastal raids anywhere, and inferior conversion, and unable to convert to non-Ingvaeonic peoples. What does that mean? Unable to convert to non-Ingvaeonic peoples. Ingvaeonic being like North Sea. That's essentially what that means. Okay, unable to convert to non... So you mean to say that we're stuck within our own culture group, I think is what that's implying. So we can only stay within Germanic, so we couldn't become, say, Roman and obviously join their pantheon through cultural assimilation. Very interesting to know. We also can't become Horse, unfortunately. Right, that's good. That's a great start. So this is the sort of important thing that we've got to sort of wrap our head around here, is all the various government types. So right now we're looking at Tribal. Tribal will cost modifier +1. +1 what? Gold, I would assume. Tribes are set up at agrarian. Now, this is interesting. It says there that we can have 1 tribal holding, but we get bonuses depending on how many sub-holdings we have, in the sense that the less sub-holdings we have, the more powerful. It says there, the more empty holding slots, the more powerful the tribal holding. That's a really cool idea. So using it for farmland, essentially, you know, land for your people to live free. Very cool. Tribal rulers are heavily dependent on their personal prestige and martial skill to exert their authority over their territories and vassals. I would kind of liken it to the Game of Thrones system. So the Game of Thrones system has that military ruler modifier and also the respect modifier as well. This is somewhat similar, as it says they're made up of martial prestige, things like that. I will admit, I haven't played this too much. I played it for about 10, 20 years in-game, just to make sure, you know, everything was going fine there. Now it says we can take up to 3 concommands, right? So the religion, I assume, would just limit us to 2 regardless. Or maybe we'll be able to take the full 3, I'm not sure. Can move our capital within the same lifetime every 180 months. Probably, I assume that's to do with, obviously, the whole Germanic migration thing. Can't grant kingdoms and empires to characters with different government. Makes sense. Oh, look at that. Vassal opinion and personal levies receive a large modifier based on a combination of prestige, martial, and a number of provinces in the realm. Right, so we want to play... It's going to sound weird. Wide but tall. So as few holdings as possible, but as many provinces as possible would give us, I assume, the greatest realm we could ask for then. Okay, that's really interesting. That's a weird playstyle, because normally with tribal, obviously, building up your temples is a good way to get your prestige necessary to, or sorry, I should say piety, necessary to reform the religion. That's going to be weird. I think it'll take a while just to get a head around these basic systems, but they aren't too wildly different from the base game, but they do have some quite unique features, and like I said, there's also high tribal as well. I wonder if we can find, yeah, so here is an example of the high tribal there. So slightly closer to feudal, but even from then you can upgrade to feudal or even some cultural specific government types, which hopefully we'll see as we progress onwards here. So then, how do we go about things? I've added some, so one of these options I've just enabled for us to do whenever we feel like. Like I said, cause we're kind of like 100 years early to be heading over to the UK. And then also, I've added the option to unite Germania if we really fancy, depending on how well we get on with things, if we really fancy a very difficult and quite lengthy endgame goal. Maybe if we do get out of hand, maybe if we do crush whatever is this Roman, who is that? Imperator Constantine. Oh, so Constantine the Third? Someone's going to tell me I'm wrong with that. I have no idea. I will admit, I'm not too much of a history buff when it comes to the 5th century, but I'm pretty sure that's Constantine III. Anyway, so he should capitulate. Was he not, like, captured and killed in battle or something like that? Don't remember. He is at war with someone as well. Imperator Theodosius Honorius of the Western Roman Empire in the Roman Restoration of Gaul. Right, okay, that could be interesting then. So this guy, unless we can find a way to stop him, might just blob out of hand. The other bookmarks start with him not existing. You know, he's completely gone by that stage. So I might have accidentally set us up in the hardest bookmark we could possibly be playing in right now. That's only going to add to the challenge as far as I'm concerned. Right, so we've got the option to obviously migrate to Britannia. We can do that whenever we want. However, like I said, we're going to be landing in what I would only assume would be, you know, Anglia down towards the Kent areas. This is currently under control of this guy here, who is Roman, so we don't really want to go toe-to-toe with him, so I can't imagine we can keep up with him at this stage. He's also got a load of suzerains as well. Oh, sorry, loads of tributaries. So he is probably quite a powerful character. I think we probably want to build ourselves up, but that also comes with kind of a double-edged sword that if we get too large, we won't be able to migrate over to Britannia. So I think we have to have a realm size within a certain size. So yeah, I've modified it so we have to have a realm size within 15. We've still got to be very careful about how we do this. We want to be big enough to be able to challenge them, but not so big that we're putting down, you know, permanent roots and carving out a kingdom over here accidentally instead. It's all about the balancing game. I thought that was quite a nice change to the start here. Or we can migrate to Gaul instead, which would... what do we need? We just need 1,000 prestige. We go to Gaul instead. Although, all things considered, probably going to avoid that one, Chief. How many troops he got? I didn't even check. 13,000. Okay, that's respectable at this stage. Then our ultimate goal, like I said, could be to unite Germania, which is going to be pretty tricky. So we need the Kingdom of Denmark, Norway, Svealand, Gotland, Anglaland, and Germania there. So Germania being sort of obviously Netherlands area down into Germany as well. I think if we go to the de jure high kingdoms, right now, of course, there is no England because it doesn't exist. It's never existed at this stage. So we would have to form that kingdom ourselves and then also unite all of the Scandinavian kingdoms and then also Germania as well. That's going to be a difficult goal. That's essentially like saying, hey, own half the map. We might not do that. I just thought that'd be a really fun endgame goal depending on how fast things grow. But I can't imagine we're going to be able to get to that stage because of, you know, this acting as a big hurdle here. That's enough explanation. Hopefully you guys are going to help get your head around it as we go ahead here, as I will need to as well. Okay, so carving out a realm then. What do we have to worry about? How are our Scandinavian friends? Are they okay? That's not Scandinavian, that's just regular old Germanic, huh? He's also Anglo-Saxon. That's okay. I'm just worried that we might be able to... So, Old Norse. Yeah, okay, this is going to be interesting. Have we got, like, wars against them? So, we've got Subjugation Casus Belli. Raid. Okay, what does this do for us? So we can declare war, we get 100 prestige, and it just gives us gold. Right, so it's, I guess, more of an organized, formal, essentially a war, but you're just getting some money out of it rather than anything else. Money and prestige. So a sort of mega raid compared to your regular just sticking people on boats and standing in a province until you're rich. Okay, fair enough. What about people of our culture group then? We can't subjugate this guy directly to our north. Oh, not that we want him anyway, because obviously we want to leave. We can just conquest him. Now, in the base game, obviously, if you're playing a Norse ruler of an equivalent rank, you can subjugate them. So that's generally one of the quickest ways to get the religion reformed. This we can't. We can only subjugate people who are a lower rank, which is fairly interesting. Oh, it's also probably because we're a king. That might be a big thing playing into that. Okay, we've got to be very careful about how we expand. So our ramp size is currently 12. We could take out this guy down here fairly safely. And who does that give us a border with? Still more, I mean, Anglo-Saxon religion, Saxon culture there. No reason we couldn't take out this guy, but then we would kind of have to leave it there. So we can subjugate him. Although, I don't know if you noticed as well, all the other crowns are different too. So despite the fact this guy's a duke, he looks as if he has the count crown. That's going to throw me off so much, because even though we're a king and we've got obviously the ducal crown there, I assume it's the same for the kingdom level title having a... That's very confusing. Don't worry about it too much. I'll get my head around it eventually. What about this guy, though? So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 provinces. Although that one has a temple, which could cause... Oh, man, he's got a lot of temples. So if we subjugated this guy, we'd be over the size. We'd have to set some people free and go for independent at that stage. Wow, yeah, I'm not sure how to balance this. We're going to have to sort of play tall for a while and see what we've got. So let's go to our holdings. Very basic, very similar to your base CK2. Oh, man, what is this? Whoa, okay. So we haven't got light infantry, heavy infantry. We've got militians, we've got spearmen, archers, and warriors. Okay, this is different. So what have you got access to right now, then? 400... So, I mean, I'll assume that militians are basically light infantry, warriors being heavy infantry, spearmen being pikemen, and then... just to obviously compare it to the base game here, and then 195 archers. I assume archers are probably archers, aren't they? Okay, council. How are we looking with that then? So your base looking like it's just it's all just your basic tribal council jobs there too. And I assume the same sort of zealots. We've got raiders. I assume with this one. Interesting. Okay, man, this is gonna take a little adjusting to, mainly because we don't ever play tribal in any series, or I feel like we don't. Sponsor bards. Hang on a minute. Bards compose a great epic. Bards mock the ruler. 5% chance yearly, isn't that? Is that true? Okay. Right, so let's start by trying to just get some free event spawn troops then, because that might be one of the ways we can extend our army out to some extent without extending our land and obviously overextending and then not being able to launch that invasion. Normally this obviously spawns in troops, so I guess not. Oh, that's normally... You don't have that option, do you? Because that's normally build legend, which is under your steward. Okay. I don't really want to sponsor any bards if they're gonna mock me. I'm not standing for that. Just have him carry on with this. We can't sack him anyway because he's a powerful vassal. Man, what are our laws then at this stage? We can set up an advisor. There you go. Welcome aboard. So laws, we are agnatic Gavelkind, which is just terrible news. And then also, my god, look at all that tribal organization. Makes a lot of sense, bearing in mind this is much more tribal of a starting bookmark. Maximum, what does that do? So that basically turns as feudal, provides you with levies, taxes, medium centralization for dukes and above. Look at that. Enables the use of round piece. That's cool. Minus 30 opinion. So what do we get right now? Do we get bonus opinion? No, we don't. Quite the opposite. Minus 10, minus 20, minus 30. And then it's tribal vassal. So hang on a minute. If we go up to the jump between medium and significant, but maybe we can't do that until we're reformed? Not that I can tell. See, that to me seems like there's no... So that's minus 30. That's minus 10. So in theory, if we flip over to this one, then we're gaining back 20 opinion with our vassals? Oh, but you need to be high tribal. Right, so in theory, we should look at this as the two separate groups. This one being our upper limit for this one, and then this one being when you're high tribal. Right, that makes a lot more sense. Professional levies. Does that give us better troops? Tax income is lower. Morale of armies is up, land organization is up, reinforcement rate is down. So that would be kind of your one shot. If we really want to do for a major invasion, we would want to pass that as soon as possible. Levy control, if we want to do a lot of raiding, we'd want to go that way and go for free campaigners there. So we get more reinforcement rate, less organization, less morale, because obviously we'd just be raiding at that stage. Okay, raiding is also going to be another good way to bring in a lot of troops. Are there mercenaries? There are. They're not very good. They're Red Spear, Swords of Woden, Middle Angles, Frisian Raiders. They're not fantastic, and they don't provide too many troops, but we're going to need every troop we can get. We've got the Warriors of Thunel there as well. 224 men. Oh, God, we are going to be scrounging for troops, aren't we? Oh, how many troops did this guy have again? 3,800. Yikes, this is going to be a difficult war. We don't want to leave it too long, though, because this guy will blob out of hand as well. But we can set up 100 druids. Diaconus is a Christian priest. Oh, I see. So this is where you... That's an interesting system. I guess that you can set up people, give them a title, and then it might give them access to certain decisions, like conversion decisions, things like that. See, we don't have access to it because we're not a Nicene Christian or a druid there. Interesting. Okay, Master of the Horse. There you go, my friend. I'm just setting up some random honorary titles here. We should also check out the societies too, I guess. Is food tasted good in this? It absolutely is. I think CK2 Plus makes that -5, and I always got confused. Alright, so we can join the Wolf Warriors. We are not bad in martial, not great at personal combat, though. That's our only concern. There was an ambition, though, to become a formidable fighter. So it's got a very similar fighting system to CK2 Plus, Game of Thrones, that type of thing, or Orders of Chivalry. Desires to become a formidable fighter gives us 1 martial, 1 diplomacy, 150 prestige. Sure, why not? I think we should probably go for an air first, though. Fall in love won't really matter. I mean, we can take concubines, so I'm just going to go formidable fighter. War focus? I think war focus is fair. Fine, let's do it. It's the only one we can join. It's probably only ever going to be the one we can join. I doubt you're going to see much of a Hermetic Society popping up or anything like that. Go on, then. Spreading of Christianity. The Christians are spreading like a plague in the lands of southern Britain. The power of the ancient religion is shrinking, especially in cities and larger settlements. This foolish Catholic fervor will soon strike our lands. Right, okay, so that's got to be the Celtic religions, right? Flipping over to, yeah, there we go. Christianity, Brythonic, Celtic, Pictish, all being the, also, sorry, Gaelic, they're all being the various Celtic pantheons. Wow, look at that. There's a lot of Hellenic, though, still kicking around. That's kind of cool. Go for a proper Roman restoration. Very nice. Okay, yeah, that's terrible. Thank you for the news. And it's winter. Oh my god, it's got winter effects like in the Game of Thrones mod. It's getting colder and colder. The first snow is falling. It absolutely is, isn't it? People can no longer work in the fields. The land will be covered in white. Winter. Winter has come. Daenerys, Daniel, winter's come. May the gods give us a mild winter. Well, there's no need to remind me about seasons anymore. I think we'll probably just say we're good. I imagine it just gives provincial modifiers, probably lower tax, lower levy size, something like that as well. There you go, winter. And because we are in the north there, we get minus 60% tax, 80% feudal tax, 40%. That's quite expensive. Although, for us, it's not going to be a big deal, because I can't imagine we're making much tax anyway. But for the Roman provinces, it's going to be basically crippling. That could be a good time to strike them. Maybe attack during the winter. We are going to go for a demonstration duel, and we actually won that. Nice work. Usurper in Gaul. Upset what they consider to be neglect from the imperial capital. The legions of Gaul have promoted a local ruler to the rank of Augustus. Yeah, there we go. So this is the dual rulers of Rome, I guess. The Emperor of Rome is strong enough he would be able to summon entire legions, put down this role. If not, we may see a transition of rule. An emperor with sympathies towards the British and Gallic provinces could be a good thing for us. Not at all, because we are neither of those things. There he is. Constantine. And what is Augustus given then? Diplomacy +1. He's also a Foderati employer. Absolute trait opinion +25. That's cool. Some of these traits, I'm really enjoying, like, the veteran traits and all the various different combat things. Does seem kind of appropriate, given there's going to be a huge amount of warfare going on in this bookmark, especially. That is interesting news. Or horrifying. Not entirely sure. Worship the ancestors. Never doing that again. I've learned my lesson with that event, thank you. Request calendar notices. Oh, about the, right, about the winter thing, huh? But then, before we get into full-blown war preparation mode, so passing the laws, building up our skills through the Wolf Warriors, obviously going raiding to be able to hire troops ready for our invasion of Britannia, let's go and find a wife, because the last thing we want to do is die out here. Oh, man, she's good, but it's a real shame that... Man, it's a real shame that she's 43. Brawny and quit there. Got to bear in mind, there's a lot of extra traits going on. You've got my traits mod, and you've got the base traits as well from this mod. So we could be up for a whole bunch of different stuff. Could we take concubines? We do have some pretty good concubines here. So we've got Perceptive there, so she'll do. We've got, honestly, there's 3 people. We might as well just take all 3, right? Can we actually take all 3? There we go. So we're limited by government type rather than religion, which is good to see. And we also need a wife, so we should probably go for someone a bit better with this one, seeing as your wife gets a direct fertility bonus with you. Although I suppose concubines probably count as wives, don't they? She is strong. We are strong. Chance of more strong babbies, probably worth it. She's also willing to come to court. Let's see what else we've got before I just commit to her. Strong? Yeah, it's just her. And we probably want to say married no as well. Just her, or what about, like, prodigy, for example? I wonder if this mod also adds a rank above genius. Alright, let's go for her then. I think strength and high martial is going to be our go-to for quite some time. Get her to court. Welcome. Welcome, Ain. That's definitely not how you pronounce that, but that's what I'm going to call her. Meet Chinston. It's never going to get old. Ain and King Chinston have gotten married. Traditions allow us to impose a tribute on the local population. Nice little bit of extra localization there. Okay. 10 gold, or it's not necessary we can afford this. Absolutely. Gain 50 prestige, given that we don't want to be negative, because I imagine then if that happens, we're gonna not be able to declare many wars. Might even be able to launch that invasion of... Let's have a Doesn't have a prestige. Now, I have modified this slightly, I should point that out, just so that we have access to it. But there is no prestige effect on that one. So the most excellent, King Chinston. Thank you, welcome. Did say he loves his wife, but not her relatives. Does that mean that we thought maybe they might fall in love or something like that? But no, unfortunately not. So the valiant King Chinston, I am told you did not receive a single scratch during initiation. Thank you very much. Now part of the Wolf Warriors. Please, for the love of God, don't die early on. Became bitter rivals with this sad man. Sad little man. Let's get to work on the raiding. Let's just immediately start off on that. We've got a full... if we've got a full levy size, then we might as well be putting it to good use, huh? Oh, shit, there we go. Roman usurper of Gaul has been defeated by the true Augustus of the West. Will the signal increase Roman authority over Gaul and Britannia? That sounds terrible. I think Rome fighting Rome might have been a lot more useful for us there. Although they have... Oh, my God, now it's just a Western Roman Empire. How does that work? So is he an unlanded character? Imperator Theodosius Honorius of the Western Roman Empire. Yeah, there we go. Imperial. So this is the true Augustus then. No troops. Right, so maybe this acts almost like the Aztecs. So, you know, if you go to war with the Aztecs, obviously they get a load of off-map troops. Maybe it could be like China as well. In fact, it's almost certainly like China, isn't it? With your Western protectorate, except this time it's a Western Roman Empire. So I suppose if we go to war with any of these provinces, probably get a shitload of event-spawn troops. That could be worse for us. And this guy is still... You're independent, not related to them at all. Good. Okay, that could be a concern, obviously, if the Western Roman Empire takes back control of this splintered Roman state. That could be a very big concern. Okay, let's... Like I said, let's get to raiding for a while. I think maybe just go for our immediate neighbours and start building up some gold that way, because that way we can also incorporate them into our RAM a lot easier if we feel like that. Just get our guys some war experience is going to be the main thing. Speed 5, also extremely big. Look at this go. It's actually really impressive when a mod can pull that off. Let's get it started. We're going carousing as well. Very nice. And she's already pregnant. Thank you, Ethelthred. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. You're my best friend. We became... Who are you again? Oh, a vassal. Shit, that's so good. I thought it was our guy in the rivaling province there, so we wouldn't really want to go to war with him. That's fantastic news. Don't have to worry about that guy. I was honestly a little bit concerned about him, given that we've got, what, like 1, 2, 3, 4 provinces? And he's got 3. So he could have been a thorn in our side there, but that was very lucky. Nice work. Okay. 3.62 gold. We'll have Britain in no time. Well, I thought what was about to be big brain time, you know, looking at the economy map, deciding better places to raid, has ended up being just a complete waste of time. What's going on there? They're either extremely rich or just full of trees. Yeah, no, I think that might be a little bit broken. Yeah, there's really no way good to raid. I mean, short of just going for capitals for the obvious reason, there's not much point going out anywhere right now. What if we go for, like, the issue is they're going to have good fort size, aren't they? There's no loot. We would have to actually siege the provinces down. Not many defenders, though, to be fair. How many boats have we got right now? Not enough to carry our troops, unfortunately. Okay, that's a bit of a concern. Might want to build just as many ships as possible. How the hell are we going to launch an invasion of Britannia if we have no ships? You didn't think about that one, Chief. Although, I think from what I remember... You know what, let's not worry about that. We'll cross that hurdle when we get there, huh? Okay. I would love to go and actually siege down some of these Roman lands in Gaul and try and get some gold out of that. But to be honest, we just don't have the resources for that either. Although what we could do... Okay, this is ridiculous. We could march all the way from Anglaland down to, like, the northern parts of Gaul and have our ships on the coast. Is that one big sea tile? That's fantastic. Have our ships on the coast so that they can offload the gold, but we don't have to carry our troops around. Our troops can move province to province. And as our troops are moving around, we can send the boats back to go and drop off the gold and then come back and just use them as a ferry service. That would work a lot better than going for these random Germanic tribes that obviously have nothing right now. Anyway, hey old fledgling, as a member of the Wolf Warriors, we must always be prepared for a fight. Absolutely, we're gonna... Our rival. Ah, that old Norse scum. Okay, let's take him out. Sorry, can you slow down a second? Take him down. Duel Gulvit. If we kill him, would that be wrong? I don't know, we'll wait and see. Duel will take place in the next few days. He is our rival, though. Oh, look at that. Tribal Battle Opinion plus 10, of course, yeah, because that can only be a good thing. The only thing I'm concerned about here, there are many different types of tribal government, so it might not count and it might just make everyone hate us, but he is our rival. Kill him dead. Kill him dead. Okay, there we go. Tribal Battle Opinion plus 10. We've already started strong by murdering a king. Fantastic. Daughter named Quenba. Not for long. Not for long, Quenba. I've got a brilliant name for you. How about the glorious, Thargrit Matcher. That just says Targrit Matcher. Targrit Matcher. That sounds even better. Okay. Targrit Matcher. Oh, what the hell is that? Plain? Plain women know more about men than beautiful women do. Catherine. Who is this Catherine Hepburn you speak of? I've never heard of such a scholar. We shall, what should we educate her in? Struggle? Might be appropriate. Etika? I don't want to waste any of the good educations on her, though. Let's go for, bear in mind we are playing with my education mod to make things slightly harder for ourselves here. Okay, I'm going to train you in not one of the good ones. Pride. There you go. Pride for Target Matcher. Couldn't be more appropriate. She's still dead. Don't panic. Right, merge these boats together. Let's get them on this northern coast, and let's see if we can get ourselves some actual gold rather than just, you know, pocket change. Oh, for fuck's sake, really? What a coward. Died giving birth. Do we even get a kid out of that? Oh, that was the kid. That was the kid, right? I'm not going crazy here. No, it wasn't. Children, what? She died giving birth. Well, that's annoying. Oh, now I've got to go and find a new... That's extremely selfish, or I'm not happy about this. She's like, she doesn't even want to invade the UK or anything. Fine. Now we've got to invite a lady to our court, or we could just maybe dig one up from somewhere. Not literally dig one up. I mean, like, find one up from the character finder. She'll do. Bright. I'll take it. What is she? Swabic? Don't trust those Swabic types, but alright, bring her on board. Welcome. Join us at court. Don't ask what happened to the last one. Oh, look at that. I fought many enemies. We fought one man, and we've already become a veteran. You've got a low bar to entry. Holy shit. Okay. Finally fought my enemies for battle for the first time. I've gained... Oh, hang on. Oh, for the first time. I don't know if fighting a battle once makes you a veteran, but that's okay. Gives us martial personal combat, attraction, opinion. That sounds fantastic to me. Thank you. Accidentally fought some guys. Okay, those... Oh, I don't think we were able to steal the loot from there. I hate to say it. No, that was a complete waste of time. That was just a test of our skill. That was King Chinston showing off his mighty jaw. God, I hate this new event. I hate the anti-siege event. Okay, let them have their fun this war. After all, we can't take them prisoner. You remember when we used to be able to refuse to take people prisoner and get just? That was much better. So give us levy size plus 10%, which, to be honest, although it lowers morale of armies, which our levies are crap, but morale is probably more important. I don't know. Let's try and get strong leader then, I guess. Yeah, we actually did get it, so that's quite nice. Although, god damn, those post-siege events are so garbage now. Thanks, Paradox. Very cool. Hey, actual money. That's a great start. So how much money would we need to hire all of the mercenaries is my first question. So we're looking at 100, 136. Oh, God, that's many. Many monies. I think we would probably need 1,000 to be safe, just in case these other guys do become available. Oh, they are available. We just can't afford them. Yeah, that's going to be like 1,000 gold. Probably slightly more than that. Okay, that's going to take a long time. Although, I don't know. That's 40 gold in our first raid. This isn't too bad. They've got plenty of gold. They're full of it. Ah, there we go. Another chance at a strong sun. Thank you. I appreciate it. 2 chances at a strong... That was a fun night. Okay, so... My God, speed 5 is fast. Wow. I think we might need to turn that down, because that's actually... You know, with normal speed 5, you can pause it and react to what's going on. This is not viable on speed 5. Come on, I have to be speed 4. The Battle of Telos. I could have sworn I heard the enemy commander Paulus barking orders. Typical Paulus. I've heard the rumors of him. He's also a veteran, though. Be careful. He's fought at least one battle. There you are. I've been itching for a fight. And now, we'll kill him dead. Take him prisoner, and then... Alright, there we go. Everything is just in war. Not in a war. I like the fact that they've got such massive... I mean, it would be just really, really inconvenient, obviously, trying to move boats around otherwise. So I appreciate the left sea tiles the way they are. Makes raiding a little bit more powerful, though, because you don't have to move your boats around so much. If you had a large enough fleet, you could just sit them and go on a little worldwide tour of raiding down absolutely everything. So is there a straight crossing to Jersey? I don't know if that's how that works. Isn't there, like... It's quite a bit of distance between that, from what I recall. Okay, that's a great start. 50 gold. Only another 800 gold. Then maybe we can go for our hopes and dreams. Or we just wait until they start to splinter. Are they the type of tributaries where they can break free on... No, unfortunately not. Breaks when the suzerain dies. Hang on. But they probably can say, oh yeah, I'll agree to become your suzerain again, right? Okay then. Why don't we set ourselves a hard time limit? Invade Britannia after this guy dies. We've got until this guy dies to build up our forces, to make our realm as large and as powerful, as mighty as possible. Not as large as possible, obviously, because that would work against us. For fuck's sake, really? What is wrong with you? They don't make them like they do now. I was going to say they don't make them like they used to, but that's probably a good thing. Excuse me, Wait, we're missing 2 concubines. What the hell happened? Where did the other one go? God damn it, okay. It's just going through them so quick. We're on to like our 5th and 6th concubine. Don't check the maths on that. Take her as a concubine. What else we got? She'll do. She's tall. I should probably be going for more specific characters, shouldn't I? Although at the rate we're getting through them, why not? Did he change his... Well, I mean, it would have been Trashy, by the way. I mean, we all knew he was called Trashy before. I don't remember his last name being Eating. Trashy eating. Incredible. My good man, Trashy eating. This is our best friend, by the way, and of course, our great vassal there. Let's go carousing with him. Oh, God, no. Don't forget about the speed 5 curse this time around. 4 out of 3, I don't think it's going to affect our domain size too much again, because we're not going to be here for long. Oh, we get Game Master. Martial plus, another +1 Martial. I mean, it might not seem like much, but we're getting a lot of little additions here without really doing much at all. Ekba. Oh, she's shrewd as well. That's actually really good. That's also incredibly confusing, because now there are 2 traits called shrewd. She has developed a sharp and astute mind, and that's really garbage. Okay, I mean, I imagine we're not going to be able to flip. I was going to say there's going to be absolutely no gender laws at this stage, are there? And no, that's the case. Means that I'm not going to give you a good education. I'm sorry, we're never going to play as you. Faith is what you get. Ekbert, we're not calling you that. I'm going to call you Tebi Boothroyd. Is that how you spell that? Might be 1-0. Don't know, but that's what we're going to go for. Welcome. Ah, there we go. We fought our 2nd battle, and now we are a victorious warrior. That's really strong. I assume morale during offense, I assume, is just, I mean, offensive morale, right? It's got to be. 20%. The march +2, diplomacy +1, general opinion +5. Wow, that's really powerful. Thank you. Victorious warrior. Well done, team. Another bloody daughter. Are you joking? We still have no heir. Whisper. I'm going to call you. Oh, God. These names that I'm coming up with are just garbage. Marizate, welcome aboard. There we go. Okay. We're gonna train you in heritage. The most useful of all the educations. Oh, that's really good. It's a shame that I mean, I have a feeling we're going to lose that battle. No, we should be okay in hindsight. We did get flat terrain expert. Given all the places we're going to go to war with, I mean, given that we're chance that we're going to land in Norfolk or Suffolk, universally considered some of the flattest places on the face of the planet, then that should be quite useful. What is all of this? Can we see we got lots of forest there. Plains, obviously. Plains, farmlands. Yeah, that's understandable. Okay, cool. Master flat terrain. Very nice. It's not, you know, I prefer Holy Warrior or something like that. But we can't complain. Oh! The enemies are falling by my spear, one by one, while hails of arrows narrowly missed me. Charging into the thick of it all, I corner one surprisingly young soldier, trying to hide behind a rickety old fence. With mixed emotions, I realize that the boy is shaking. Who are you? He splutters, eyes frantic. You can call me the Great Bear. Ooh, that's... Shit. Okay. Oh, God. Chinston the Great Bear. The one who will paint farmlands with your blood will be known as the Artist King. All of them give hard and resolved, right? So this is just basically deciding what we want. I'm your worst nightmare, we get the bloody, or I'm a diplomat of sorts. That doesn't sound very diplomatic, does it? The Artist King is pretty good. The Great Bear, though. Chinston the Great Bear. Say no more. Obviously, we're going to go for that one. I mean, realistically, we probably also want to get up to the rank of hero before we go for the war for Britannia. Mainly because of the Call to Glory. Call to Glory, and to be honest, Indomitable as well, so they don't die in battle, because that would really, really suck, especially when we haven't got an heir yet. Veteran Inspire Warriors instantly refill its garrison, not going to be relevant at all. As it War Sacrifice, that's also pretty good. It's going to be a long time before we get to those, and how old are we right now? 44. I mean, by then, chance I will have the gold to be able to hire those warriors as well. Fine. You know what? For a while, just going to do a lot of sieging. I'll get a little bit done between episodes here, because it's literally just going to be a case of wandering over to the northern parts of Gaul, sending our ships over, getting the gold, coming back, repeating ad nauseum. So we'll try and get a lot as much as we can out of that. But that is going to be the strategy, really. Let's try and get to the top level of the Wolf Warriors, because it's going to give us a huge amount of bonuses. Maybe just enough to be able to match these guys. Then we begin the great conquest of Britannia, and of course finally forming the Kingdom of England, which should be, of course I didn't even point it out there, but the King of Anglaland, which is just many things. Many things I'm not going to go over, but you need to fulfill all of these 1,000 checkboxes before we can form that. 1,250 prestige is going to be difficult, but I suppose if we overthrow these guys, that might just give it us enough there. Yeah, it's going to be tricky, but I think it's going to be pretty interesting. We've got a long campaign ahead of us here, and it's going to be very, very war-heavy, and I think a lot of our characters are going to die. But this might only be a short series as well, I should point that out, because obviously it's a fairly low-scope mod. It's obviously incredibly well detailed, especially the map. I really, really like the map. But it is migration. It's going to be constant warfare. It's going to be a lot of... Obviously, you don't have your merchant products, you don't really have your technology, your intrigue, anything like that going for you either. It's very martial-heavy and very martial-focused. A lot of war, so we'll keep it as... I think we'll keep it as focused as possible on that. And again, it might not be too long, because just going to be all warfare, really. Thank you all for watching. This is going to be a weird twist from the usual campaign, I think, because I'm not really one to be going for the major big war campaigns or anything like that. But this could be pretty fun. And, you know, it's fairly historical as well, which is why I figured fit the Series B archetype quite nicely. Big thank you to the insane top-tier level patrons making the series possible in the first place. A big thank you to Alchemia, Anthony Gawley, Asuna Kirito, and Moses, Average Gamer 419, Bacon Kitten, Ben Hoffland, Chesty, Crosis, Donald, Doolin of Gondolin, Fakuna Vasquez, Frederick, Gogula, Sarik, Harry McGowan, Iguana Squad, James Shea, Jonah Waters, Justin Wallace, Kenny Carter, Michael Mullen, Muskratful, Norstress, Necrophilin, Pelvis Presley, Rodin, Scott, Skaz, Megma Stain, Somnus, Shay, T-Bag Cruz, The One Ring, Tom Terror 18, Tyler Kendall, Tyler McClam, Vacuous Backers, Varagon, William Green, and Zazzy7011 for their support for the Insanity levels on Patreon. Thank you for making the channel possible in the first place. And a thank you as well to Uwu Daddy, Astro, Adam Person, Andrew Walsh, Andrew Wilson, Anchor, Attila, Austin Taylor, Betterman's Max, Better Valerian, Black Double H, Blood for the Blood God, Bwang Gun, Chris, Corgi Circus, Dapper Go, David Van Diepen, Daniel Pete, Don, Dunk217, Emerald Beam, Foosh, Gabriel Van Ders, Gaz, Genji Circle, Gothamo, Grey, Hashi Damar, I am Sagater, Irotha, Icy the Great, Jackson P, Jay Lara, Jacob Wolfie, Jason Sushu, Jose, Jeebus Crust, Joran DeVries, Jessica Smith, Jokes Lucky Sister, Jilly Vondel, Joseph Beer, Justin Plock, Justin Rules, Justin Walters, Llewellyn Thomas, Luke Wallace, Manuel Bosich, Mustolp, Monty, Mosi Sampson, My Name Isn't Dio, Nathan Flores, Nathaniel Lindbergh, Nick, Noah Gallimore, Organised Confusion, Pan Samu, Pantherpearl, Peyton Denisar, Russian Oligarch Billionaire, Ryan Hooper, Sam Kears, Shardul, Sherry, Smirtworm, Smooth Octopus, Soycrates, Super Nanny 089, Sweet Sea, Talar, Buddha Mumbo, Void Prince Kibo, Will Wade, Wilson F, Wolfie, Yellowfor, Yorkus, Zach, Zetlock, and CK2. Thank you guys all for your support. See you all tomorrow for moving for once.